Hello and welcome to Hamer Hall here on the campus of California, University of Pennsylvania, in the Hamer Pool section of Hamer Hall for Vulcan Swimming here on CUTV and CUTV Sports 1. It's the Vulcan Invitational featuring the California Vulcans, the Juniata, and Lock Haven. Hello and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Anthony D'Agostino, and alongside me today is Rachel McCrieger. And Rachel, something to start right off the bat, the music wasn't working. National anthem wasn't able to be played over the loudspeaker. So the Vulcan women, and I believe Juniata and Lock Haven, decided to sing it themselves.
Yeah, well, you can never predict technical difficulties, so gotta do what you gotta do, and they did a nice job.
Yeah, they did a really nice job. It was a very good, touching moment there, to say the least. But right off the bat, Rachel, I gotta mention, first time doing swimming for me, not an announcer for swimming. I have not done it very often. It's my first time, like I said. Don't know much about the sport, so bear with us today. I don't know about you, but...
Well, you said this is your first time doing swimming. I think this is only my third time announcing in general, and I'm used to being at the soccer pitch, not poolside, so this is new.
I can guarantee you we will not be like Dan Hicks and Rowdy Gaines on the Olympic coverage there that you see with, Katie Ledecky, Missy Franklin, and all those other great swimmers. But we do have swimming action here for you today, and in the first event, we have a freestyle relay for you, the 200-yard freestyle relay. And Rachel, go through the members of each lane, if you will.
Well, for Lock Haven, they have Carly Ray, Kirsten Pugh, Erin Kazmierski, Candace Loop. And for the California Vulcans, we have Ari Teals, Kira Goyne, Kayla Sabrink, and Danielle DePera. And for, I think we're getting started. I don't know what that means.
I think they're getting ready to get everyone going. For Juniata, we have Emily Angeline, Megan Brubaker, Alexandra Font, Krista Peachy, and then another CalU team, Emma Klesson, Carly Owens, Chastity Raymond, and Rebecca Wickerson. And here we go. As they get set and they are off in lane 2. Like I said, you have Lock Haven. In lane 3, you have California. Lane 4, Juniata, and then lane 5 again, California. Lane 2 is California's better swimmers, as you see there. Carly Ray, number 20, getting up there. In lane 4, Juniata pulling up the rear right now. Pretty close call though, Rachel, as looked like Lock Haven might have touched first, but a great jump from Kara Goen, excuse me.
Yeah, and something that we talked to head coach Ed Denny about before the start of the meet is what you just saw right there, the turns, the twists. That's something that they're going to be focusing on very much in this competition, and Kira had a very nice turn there, and as did Emma Klesson.
Yeah, going right there on that turn, you saw she was able to streamline under the water and get farther ahead of Kristen Pugh for Lock Haven, and giving California a bigger lead now is Kayla Sudbrink. As California out with a big lead here, 1:10 on the clock right now.
And here comes Danielle DePero next to jump in.
She's the anchor for this California women's team, and looking like California controlling everything right here so far. The pool record is 137.49. I don't know if we're going to get that today. We will see, as we will not. It will go past 138. But California will win this event with a time of 1:43. And again, you see the time on the video you're watching. It is not official. It is an unofficial time, just to give you a basis of where everyone is right now. And Juniata finally pulling in here with a time of 2:07. So good first start for the California team here in this first heat.
Yeah, and like Coach Denny said to us, this is a dominant team. Lock Haven and Juniata, they're up-and-coming teams, and they've got talented swimmers, absolutely. It's a nice confidence boost to get that first victory, though, and second place as well.
Well, definitely there. And California will be again in another heat, the heat 2 of 2. The first heat had the varsity team, if you will, for California. Then California here with their second team, if you will, Abby Trocchio, Allison Yuri, Lauren McAney, Hannah Trocchio, that will be swimming in this next heat. And Abby and Hannah, I believe, are sisters.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, what better to swim with your sister at college together?
Yeah, especially on the same team and not competing against each other. Like you saw in the last heat, California, they were actually fighting against each other in terms of who would win that heat. But this one, they're all on the same team. One is the starter and one is the anchor. So kind of interesting to see that. And actually, the next heat is all California. Pardon me for not seeing that, as the next one in the lane 5, Krista Wasinski, as she dives in with Abby Trocchio. California fielding 4 teams in this event. As a good turn by both of them. They're kind of neck and neck right now as Trocchio and Wasinski.
And this is a nice meet for Ed Denny to look at his swimmers and see what needs to be worked on. You know, it's 2 California teams, so they're competing and pushing each other, absolutely, but it's nice for Coach Denny to look at and see what can we improve on after this as well. Allison
Yuri, lane 2, Callie Hampson in lane 5. Both kind of jumped into the water at the same time, but Allison Yuri was able to get that turn first, and she has pulled ahead by just a little bit here. As Lauren McAney dives in, followed by Madison Nestor, and Nestor trying to catch back up. As Yuri had a great swim there.
Both of them had nice streamlined dives, keeping underwater too.
And McAney right there, you saw turn first. She is going to get there well before Madison Nestor. And the anchor for California, Hannah Trocchio, the sister of Abby Trocchio, diving in. And now Courtney Cortazzo will dive in and try to catch up there. Hannah Trocchio, as you see the time, 1:44. She's going to get back before Cortazzo. She will touch about 1:48. And then Cortazzo will touch there at around 1:55-ish. Again, these are all not official times here. And I believe that is the end of the women's 200-yard freestyle relay, and California takes the gold in that one. And in the second round, too. I mean, clearly they had to. It was 2 California teams. But that first meet, that was a nice lead that they had. And it was not just the team in lane 3. It was also the team in lane 5, I believe. Yeah, 3 and 5. They had nice leads against their opposing teams. And it's got to be good for Ed Denny to see that. And California did pull away with the victory there with a time in the first heat of 1:43.40. And second came Cal U again, so like you said, gold and silver, if you will, 1:47.33. Again, the pool record for that was 1:37.49. A meet record at the same time, California in 2012, it was set 1:37.49 there. Coming up next for you, the women's 200-yard IM. Yes, this is in yards. We are in the United States of America. This is not international competition, so it is not in meters, as many people would be accustomed to seeing. But here in lane 1, Allison Yuri of Cal U. Lane 2, Jackie Bingham of Lock Haven. Lane 3, Cal U, Carly Owens. Lane 4 of Juniata, Megan Brubaker. Lane 5 of Lock Haven, Rachel Rodriguez. And lane 6, Daniel DePero from Cal U. So Cal U in the far lane, the middle lane in lane 3, and then lane 6 as well. The far lanes are not the fastest, if you will. The middle lanes are going to be the faster lanes. And we'll see which one touches first here. Looks like Lock Haven in lane 5. Rachel Rodriguez did touch first on that one. But California pushing here on that lane 6. You see Danielle DePero getting neck and neck now. Maybe pulling out ahead right now. You see, we'll see how this turn goes for her. And it looked like she did get a great turn there. Now they're swimming in that backstroke. And she does have a little bit of a lead over Rachel Rodriguez, Rachel.
Yeah, she's keeping her lead nice. It looks like she's competing now with lane 3s.
Lane 3, California, Carly Owens touched first there.
And Carly Owens was somebody that Ed Denny talked to us about. He said she's somebody to look out for. She's a talented swimmer. She's young.
And now you see California in the 1, 2, and 3 spot right now. Again, Carly Owens touching first, followed by Danielle DePero. And Lockhaven falling behind here. Carly Owens kind of came out of nowhere that we were focusing on lane 6, Danielle DePero. And Carly Owens touches there and will turn around.
Well, you know what they say, Anthony. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And Carly Owens is the proof of that right in front of us.
Looks like once she got going, it was all her. And some swimmers, that's what you need. You don't start necessarily as fast. You save that energy towards the end of the race, and then you just pull out ahead. I know Katie Ledecky out of Stanford, she's all about that. The longer the race goes, the faster she's going to get. As California will touch first, Carly Owens with a 2:15, I believe. Actually, 2:12:48 is the official time. The PSAC mark is 2:18:26. I believe, though, she did qualify before.
Yeah, Ed Denny said that 13 out of his 17 swimmers have already qualified for the PSAC tournament, which is incredible. That's way more than half of your squad.
California takes the top 3 spots. It went Carly Owens, Danielle DePero in lane 6, and then Allison Uri in lane 1. And so far, the California swimming team is dominating here, Rachel.
Well, yeah, and look who touched the wall last, too. Last, Rachel Rodriguez, and she had that nice lead, too. It's pretty, that's swimming for you. Like you said, Anthony, the longer the race goes, there you go. Doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish.
And coming up next, Rachel, we have some men's event for you. We have the men's 200 IM, and only Juniata has brought men here today.
Yeah, Lock Haven in California, they have women's programs, they don't have men's programs. Juniata, they're not an official varsity team yet. I would assume they are a club team right now, but
I believe as of right now, yes.
They're trying to get to be a varsity team, and I mean, what better practice than this against each other too? I mean, that's something that their coach, like I said about Ed Denny earlier, is going to look at and see, well, what can we do? What can we change? And competing against your own teammates it's not a bad thing.
No, definitely not. And we have Jackson Hawk and Stephen Lane from Juniata here doing the 200 IM. And unfortunately, can't tell you which one is which. They don't have names on their caps like California does, and we were not made aware of what lane they would be swimming in. A Juniata swimmer in lane 5, though, out in front. And right now you're seeing the butterfly stroke here. One you might be familiar seeing, Michael Phelps, is his favorite event there, the fly. And they have to switch over to backstroke. That's the medley there is the backstroke, the butterfly, and I believe the breaststroke, if I'm correct. But it's very interesting to see that they have to switch their stroke kind of midway there as they're turning around. They have to switch their stroke.
Well, it's a mental aspect,
right,
too. You have to remember, too, when you hit the wall, what do I do now? Like, do I do the breaststroke? Do I do the backstroke? And they're trained to know this. They're trained to do this. And these two guys here are doing a really nice job.
Now you see the turn there to flip back to their front. And they do the breaststroke now. Lane 5, Juniata still out in front. And like we said, Juniata trying to start to field a men's swimming team. Juniata not in the Pennsylvania State Athletics Conference as well, so you won't be seeing them a lot in other sports in this conference either. And the next event we have coming up for you will be event 3 of the women. That is the 500-yard freestyle. That's a longer one. That's going to go about 5 minutes in length there.
2 Cal U swimmers in that will be Lauren McInerney and Abby Trocchio.
Again, I believe the one to look for that one is Lauren McKenney.
McKenney, oh my goodness. I feel like I need to write all these players, swimmers, and let them know I'm so sorry for messing up your names.
As lane 5 for Juniata still out in front here by about a length there, and he does touch first. 33-38 the split there. And they will be back again after event 4. Doing a cool down lap here. The next race, Rachel, 500, I don't know if you see down there, there are numbers that swimmers are holding up. I believe that is the lap counter, so they know what lap they're on. And as you get into those races where it's the longer races, you start losing track of how many laps you have left. And that could play a mental game, knowing how many laps you have left, how much energy you should expend, and how much you should hold back until the end, towards the end of the race.
Yeah, luckily they have their teammates there, and throughout the whole competition, you know, you hear it on the broadcast, there's a lot of cheering and supporting, and that's what you want to see. No matter what team you're on, no matter where you're at, you want to have your teammates supporting you, and even little things like holding the numbers, it goes a long way.
And that is also a rule that is mandated that they have to have those numbers available to be able to be seen. As we are ready to go here for the 500 free from the lane 2, Candace Loop, Laura McCanny from Cal U, Emily Angeline from Juniata, Teresa Dempsey out of Lock Haven, and lane 6, Abby Trocchio for Cal U. So far neck and neck, but it's all about where they end up towards the end. And right now, California out to a lead here, but as I said with Katie Ledecky, when she swims in this event, she starts off kind of in the middle in the back, and then all of a sudden, she's out and lapping people.
Yeah, absolutely. She's incredible to watch.
So pretty good time right now from California's Lauren McKenney as she's out in front. In lane 3. In lane 6, you also have California's Abby Trocchio in second place right now. The PSAC mark for this is 5:28.55. The record for this in the pool was 5:06.66. That was held by from November 8th, 2008 by Esther Bosch. And she also has a record for the Cal U swim team for this event with 4:57.52, obviously outside of the pool. And that was March 13th of 2009. I believe that would have been one of the championship meets. As Cal U in a commanding lead right now in lane 3, Lauren McKenney.
She has almost a whole pool length of a lead on Candace Loop from Lock Haven as well, too.
Yeah, Candace Loop in lane 2 there. Will be touching third.
And Lauren and Abby are both young swimmers for the Vulcans too. Lauren is only 20 years old and Abby's only 19. These are the young, exuberant freshman, sophomore swimmers that are bringing a spark to this team.
Yeah, definitely. And just, I don't know how you can swim and just keep swimming and swimming and without losing all your energy, especially in these long races where you're going about almost 5 minutes of just straight swimming back and forth, back and forth. But Laura McKinney doing a great job so far, and like I said, commanding lead here. And California's, don't discredit Abby Trocchio in second, even though she's not as close to Laura McKinney, she still leads ahead of Candace Loop in lane 2 for Lock Haven.
And to go on your point about swimming back and forth so many times, that's what Ed Denny's here for. He's here to teach these girls to do this, to go back and forth and not get tired, and he needs to be commended for his work. He's a great head coach, really likable guy, and just all of the swimmers, they have nothing but positive things to say about him. And it's probably why Jade Argenbright came back as a coach. Jade
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, Jade graduated last May, and she was one of the dominant swimmers in this program, but she decided to come back and coach. And when we talked to Coach Denny, he said for a while it kind of took the girls a minute to transition from, hey, you were our teammate last year, to now you're a coach. But as Coach Denny said to us, she's not about, oh, I would do this, I would do that. She's, why don't you try this? She's very supportive of her former teammates that are now, in a way, kind of her students.
Yeah, and good to note that this event that you're watching, you said longtime head coach has been here. Well, this event has been here before he was a coach here, and he's been here for quite a long time. So this event has been going on in Hamer Hall for quite some time now. As once again, you see in lane 3, Lauren McKinney out in front with a time so far of 4:28. Like I said, the record is 4:57.52. Esther Bosch had that one. McKinney slowing down just a little bit there going into the turn, though. Looking like she might be losing some energy, Rachel.
Can you blame her? She's been swimming back and forth and back and forth. She's doing a great job. Her legs are probably a little tired.
This is the last lap for Lauren McKinney, as well as Abby Trocchio, and then Lock Haven's Teresa Dempsey will be on her last lap soon. Now with the last turn there for Trocchio, and Lauren McKinney coming to the wall. And will make the PSAC mark around 5:26, 5:27 there. And Abby Trocchio will get second. And then it will be Lock Haven, but they're still swimming, as you saw that California had lapped their contenders, their competitors, and Lock Haven in lane 2, Candace Loop gets in well behind the California swimmers.
And that has to be a positive, though, for Lock Haven to see Candace Loop get the 5:27. No, that is 5:58 mark, I believe she got.
Yes.
That's still a positive.
5:58. And then last coming in is Juniata, as Emily Angeline. And it will take a cool down lap. But Rachel, so far we've seen California again dominating in all of these events so far.
It's exactly what Ed Denny told us would probably happen. He and the team have absolute respect for both of these schools, but the dominance is clearly showing in the poll.
California on the season, they're on a meet win streak, if you will. They're 5-1 at home and 1-1 away, 2-0 neutral site. They're 8-2 overall, which is one of their better records I've seen in a while. Even with Jade Argenbright, they did have quite a few losses in previous seasons, but this year they're 8-2. They're looking to keep continuing on and doing well in the postseason, the PSAC tournament there. As you said, 13 of the 17 swimmers for California have made the PSAC mark. I think some of them now are trying to find that NCAA mark for them to get to the NCAA tournament.
And don't be surprised to see someone like Carly Owens, Danielle DePero, Kira Goen make that mark.
In the 200 fly, when that happens, we'll be looking for possibly a pool record to be broken, as Goen is looking at getting this. So this is California here in Heat 2 here. Krista Wasinski and Emma Klesson. Wasinski in lane 3, Klesson in lane 5.
Both freshman swimmers too.
And off they go.
This is Ed Denny's look towards the future. He has a lot of upperclassmen on his team, and these both, as I mentioned, are freshmen.
Krista Wasinski out of Bethel Park, PA. Like you said, a freshman there. Emma Klesson out of South Park, PA. So quite a lot of local Pennsylvania talent here.
Yeah, they probably saw each other a time or two in a few meets.
Most likely.
South Park actually is hosting for swimming the Whippeal tournament, I believe. It was held at Moon High School back in my neck of the woods for a good while, I think over 5 years, but now they are moving it to South Park School.
Once again, this is just California here, and Emma Klesson turns first on lap 5. Lap 5 of about 20. And something like we said before, Coach Ed Denny mentioned that they really work on, and in their practice, those turns and their flips and getting the kick off the wall to give you a bigger push going forward without having to expend so much energy kicking your legs.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're doing a nice job at it. Both are pretty even with each other right about now.
Yep, they're about even, and when one takes the lead, the other takes it back, and they just go back and forth. This is just friendly competition right now. They're not worried about winning or not winning this event.
Yeah, and like we said, this is Ed Denny's look towards the future. These are swimmers that are going to be with him, hopefully, for the next 3 years.
And hopefully, Ed Denny stays with the team for the next few years, as he does a great job coaching these girls.
And recruiting as well. He's recruited a heck of a lot of good swimmers. I mean, Kira Goen, she's not swimming in this, but she competed in an international competition down representing Trinidad and Tobago, and she was recruited by Ed Denny. That says something about him as a coach and a recruiter.
She was born in Quebec, though, so it's interesting to see that she competed with Trinidad and Tobago, but was born in the Canadian province of Quebec. One of those international athletes here at Cal U. As in lane 3, Krista Wasinski was in the lead and then fell there to Emma Klesson as she kicked it all first. It'll be interesting to see who comes away with this victory in this heat. It looks like Klesson with a little bit bigger of a lead now, but it all depends. Anything can change off those turns too. somebody may not turn too well, another person may turn better and get that lead back or get even closer, because here comes Krista Wasinski, who got back a little bit there. She fell behind, but she had a great turn on that last lap.
We have about 5 more laps to go, so like you just said, Anthony, anything could change.
Emma Klesson inching forward each lap's looking like she's gonna maintain her speed, possibly get even faster there as she's extending her lead over Krista Wasinski.
I think now's a good time with these two so neck and neck to mention that recently the team just went down to Florida for a 9-night stay to train and do a friendly non-scoring invitational. As you hear the whistle there, they're on their last lap here. But Ed Denny said that something that the team did was a team activity of, I believe, like surfing.
It's surf lessons, yes.
Surf lessons, and he said it was either they all do it or nobody does it, and he said they all did it and everybody had a really nice time.
On their Facebook page, they're all out there with their swim boards. They're taking a group picture, and that's just good to have. You know, go out to Florida, train outside, maybe some indoor. There was pictures of them outside the swimming pool. They went to a meet out there as well, and they competed in a non-swimming event, non-competed event, excuse me, as well. As we have the completed times here. And in lane 5, you had Emma Klesson take the victory in that one with a time of 5:29.90.
Oh, and look how close that was in lane 3. There's a 3-second time difference there with Krista Wasinski.
We're going to take a break here. We'll be back with more swimming here on CUTV Sports 1. Stay with us. We're going to take about a 10-minute break here as we get ready for the women's 100-yard breaststroke. Thank you all for watching women's swimming here on CUTV.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play!
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
And welcome back to the Hamer Pool here in historic Hamer Hall for Vulcan Swimming Invitational between Juniata College, Lock Haven University, and California University of Pennsylvania. Once again, Anthony D'Agostino alongside me, Rachel McCrieger. For the first time, both of us announcing swimming. And it's been pretty good. I like watching swimming on TV. We have a good event for you here, the women's 100-yard breaststroke for you. A event, if you were familiar with last season and many seasons before, Jade Argenbright has the Cal U and pool record in this event. In lane 1, Haley Wallen from Cal U, Rachel Rodriguez from Lock Haven in lane 2, Cal U's Rebecca Wilkerson in lane 3, Juniata's Alexandria Fonts in lane 4, Lock Haven's Steph Parker in lane 5, and Madison Nestor from Cal U in lane 6. Right now, a battle between lane 2 and 3. California in lane 3, Rebecca Wilkerson. So far, California has won each event so far. And California in the lead right now with Wilkerson. And she will touch first. A battle between Wilkerson and Rodriguez. Haley Wallen not in this event, it looks like. As lane 1 is empty. You see California's Rebecca Wilkerson there, held her breath and was underwater for a good quarter of the pool there. And she will touch there in first place.
Rachel Rodriguez from Lock Haven gave her a really nice run for her money. It's nice to see closer competition. Definitely nail biting there at the end.
California got the victory there, 110.44, and just behind her in lane 2 and in second, Lock Haven's Rachel Rodriguez, 111.69. So not very far off was Rodriguez. And that was probably the closest we've seen an event today.
And that's the beauty of swimming. The close times, they count it down to the very little seconds. It's intense.
Lane 6 was third. That was Madison Nestor out of Cal U. She got a time of 1:13.67. So Cal U takes first and third, and they get second place with Will Lock Haven. So California did not sweep that event, but they did get first and third. As I believe we're going to have the I'm going to say the 200-yard backstroke.
This is an entire PSAC matchup right now. It's just Lock Haven, Cal U.
And we will have the 200 back here. I was expecting a men's event before this one, but alas, we have Kristen Allen from Lock Haven in lane 2, Carly Owens in lane 3 of Cal U. Out of Lock Haven, Jackie Bingham in lane 4, and Allison Uri for Cal U in lane 5.
And this is the event which Ed Denny told us to keep our eyes on Carly Owens. He said this is her event.
The pool record is 2:07.91. She is in lane 3. Keep your eyes on her right now. She is battling with lane 2, Kristen Allen. Right now they are literally neck and neck.
Carly's going to touch the wall first.
A good turn there by Carly Owens, getting her out in front just a little bit.
She's getting a nice lead now.
Owens again going to touch the wall first here, getting out in lead. But a good turn there also by Kristen Allen to keep her in it. Not too far off. We'll see if Owens, though, can pull ahead. A great turn again by Owens. And, man, California's turns are just spectacular.
And that's what Ed Denny wanted to see in this Invitational today. He really, and even tomorrow as well when they swim again, he wants to see good turns, good streamlines, nice entrances into the pool, good starts for the backstroke because you don't dive in, of course. You start by holding on to the bar there. Everything that he wanted to see is everything that he is indeed seeing.
And Owens taking a commanding lead right now over Kristen Allen. And when the lead starts to extend too much, you start to lose your speed because you don't have to compete with somebody else because you're in so much of a lead, and that may hurt her chance of getting the pool record, which I said 2:06. She's got to get there in 3 seconds, and that's just not going to happen. Still a great time, though, as she will touch the wall with about 2:12, and that is a PSAC mark. Callie will go 1 and 3 once again, as Owens got a 2:14.33, and just behind her was Kristen Allen with a 2:15.51, and then behind her, Calu's Allison Uri with a 2:21.50, and then to round out Jackie Bingham from Lock Haven, 2:23.60. And
this was not an, I'm sorry,
go
Anthony,
ahead.
this was not a extended meet, if you would. It wasn't very far apart on the times. Very close meet by all 4 swimmers.
Coming up next, the men's event here. I believe I was expecting that after event 4. It's going to be event after event 5, as I believe they will also be doing the backstroke, as the swimmers from previously will be finishing up their cool down lap. Once again, swimmers for the men out of Juniata, Jackson Hawk and Stephen Lane. And no, this is not going to be the backstroke.
You have 3 more guesses, Anthony. It's okay.
Well, we'll be able to tell pretty soon, as this is starting out as a freestyle event here. This may be the 100-yard freestyle for the men here, as that will be the next event for the women.
For the women's 100-yard freestyle, you're going to have 3 different heats because of how many swimmers compete in this event.
Right now, lane 5 in the lead for Juniata. Again, we apologize not knowing who is in which lane for the men. We only have a lane sheet for the women. And touching the first wall in lane 5, not by much either, as we await the time. 57:03 and lane 3 with a second place score of 58:20. California with 2 swimmers coming up in the 100 free. The CalU holds the records for the meet, the pool, and their overall record. That is all held by Melissa Gates. The mark for the PSAC here is 56:35. As in the first lane, Megan Brubaker out of Juniata. Lane 2, Carly Ray, Lock Haven. Lane 3, Kayla Sudbrink out of CalU. Lane 4, Krista Peachy out of Juniata. And lane 5, Kristen Allen, we saw her before, Lock Haven. And lane 6, Daniel DePero out of CalU. So far, CalU in the lead right now in lane 3, Kayla Sudbrink. And right on her tail is in lane 2, Carly Ray out of Lockhaven. And actually right on her tail is more of her own teammate, Daniel DePero, in lane 6. And it looks like DePero is going to touch first, actually. Very tight contested race here. 53 seconds on the clock. And it is going to be touched a little after the 56-second mark, so it does not look like a PSAC mark will be made in that heat. As California got it, it was California in the lead with 55-58. That was Kayla Sudbrink. Actually, no, Daniel DePero. She got the PSAC mark with a 55-58. Also in lane 3, Kayla Sudbrink, 56-19, has also reached the PSAC mark. And if either of them didn't make the PSAC event in this event before, they did today. That we were talking about the PSAC event. That is the PSAC Championships. That is actually coming up in February, and towards the last week of February, February 21st through the 24th. That's actually going to be in Eastern PA in York.
You know whose hometown that is?
I do not.
Jade Arganbright's.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to go back home as a coach instead of a player this time. As coming up in the next heat, we have 2 Cal U swimmers, 2 Lockhaven, and 2 Juniata. In lane 1, Danielle Ox out of Juniata. In lane 2, Kristen Pugh out of Lockhaven. In lane 3, Arlie Tills from Cal U. Lane 4 out of Juniata, Ellis Irv. And lane 5, Lockhaven, Steph Parker. And lane 6, Hannah Trocchio out of Cal U.
Hannah Trocchio, she is the lone senior on this team. Ed Denny talked to us, said that she is really providing a lot of leadership. You know, we've talked about how Jade Arganbright has been really helping this team on the sidelines, but
as Cal U Swimming cheering on Hannah Trocchio as they are right next to the pool there, hooting and hollering. Cal U in the lead there with Arlie Tills and Hannah Trocchio. And Tills looks like she will touch first. And just great to hear, Rachel, the cheering from the Cal U squad here.
absolutely, for all of the swimmers, but especially for Hannah Trocchio, because this might be the last time she hears those cheers in the pool. I mean, granted, there's more meets coming up, but her senior season is coming down to an end, and for her to hear that, to have the support of her teammates, like I said, she's the lone senior. Ed Denny said that she does most of her leadership behind the scenes, but either way, she's still providing that leadership aspect. She is really helping these young freshman swimmers, because there is a good chunk of them, learn the ropes of not just in the pool but also in college, and so she's absolutely somebody who is respected and admired by her teammates, just like Jade Arganbright was.
The official times here: in first place in lane 3 with a time of 57:01, just missing that PSAC mark, is Arlie Tills. And in second place in lane 6, again, Cal U, Hannah Trocchio, 57:15. So unfortunately, they didn't make the PSAC mark for this event. In this meet, they might have made it previously. We are not sure when the 13 and what events those 13 Cal U swimmers did make their PSAC marks.
But needless to say, there's going to be a lot of swimmers wearing red and black in York, Pennsylvania in February.
Definitely. As we finish the cool down lap, we have one more heat. The heat 3 of 3, 2 Lockhaven and 1 California. Teresa Dempsey in lane 2, Callie Hampson in lane 3, and Aaron Kazmierzak in lane 4.
Callie Hampson of Cal U right there. She's a freshman on this team, only 18 years old.
And we'll see how she does here and fares against these two Lock Haven swimmers. As they get set, Hampson in the middle. A great jump in lane 4. Aaron Kazmierzak gets out ahead of Hampson. Hampson still in this one though, as she is neck and neck with Kazmierzak. Kazmierzak gonna kick off first. And Hampson just falling a little bit behind her off that turn there.
Kazmierzak has some really nice streamlines off of these pushes on the wall.
And Kazmierzak extending her lead to about a half body length now. Almost a full body length now as she's going to touch the wall in a minute flat, it looks like. And Hampson will get second. So California loses one heat and getting second there. As it was almost a minute flat. It was a minute and 1/100th of a second. Pretty close.
Close enough.
The next event coming up for you is the 200-yard butterfly. Only 3 contenders in this event.
Yeah, you have Kira Goan of Cal U. You have Alexandra Fonts of Juniata, and you have Chastity Raymond of Cal U.
Kira Goan in lane 3, again out of Quebec. She swam for Trinidad and Tobago in an international competition recently. She is looking to break the pool record. She has her eyes set on that pool record in this event. The 200-yard butterfly, the pool record 2:07.62. That's held by Kelsey Grushecki, excuse me.
And this is the only second time we've seen Chastity Raymond too. The first time we saw her, she was in the first event, the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. She's had a little bit of time off. Maybe she'll give Kira Goan a run for her money.
The last time Kira Goan swam, I believe she swam a 2:09.31. And we'll see if she can do that again today off a great jump from everybody. And Goan, the first to start the fly. Going out to an early lead, again, wanting to break that record. The meet record, 2:11.14. She should be able to beat that today, I believe. Again, it's going to be a matter of how hard she can push herself because she is out to a huge lead over her teammate Chastity Raymond in lane 5.
And I hope she breaks that record. I'm lucky enough to also be friends with Kira, and she's a great swimmer, but she's an even better person. And I really hope she's able to break the record here. She's doing a really nice job.
Going all by herself in the lead. Touched off there. See that 50 seconds on the clock right now. As I believe she has one more length of the pool to go, if I remember correctly.
Maybe 2, I think. I think it's 2. We'll figure it out.
Yes, we will. Again, Kira Goan out in a huge lead. It's going to be a battle for second between Alexandra Fonts out of Juniata and Chastity Raymond out of Cal U. As Kira Goan already halfway down the pool.
Also, remember that the numbers that you're seeing on your screen are not the official numbers right now, so as soon as Kira Goan touches that wall, she looks like she's going to be the first one to touch the wall, we will get you the official number.
It would take a miracle for somebody to catch her. Somebody would have to pull out an illegal motorboat to be able to catch her right now. as Kira Goen touches with 1:55 on the clock. And can she beat that record? It doesn't look like she will catch it. As there's 2:04 now. And that 2:07 time has elapsed. And will not beat the meet record either. 2:14 around there. She touched the wall. That's good enough for a PSAC mark for Goen, but she's already made that mark. As well as Chastity Raymond has made that mark previously as well. And Raymond will touch third there.
And to have a victory like that with a lead like she did, that's a great confidence booster to maybe in a different meet to get that pole record.
Yeah, definitely. And again, Kira Goen getting first there with a time of 2:14.23. And then in second place in lane 4, you had Alexandra Fonts with a time of 2:24.72. And Fonts will not make the PSAC mark there. That was 2:22.26 in order to make that PSAC mark. I believe before we end up going to a break, we will have a men's swim here after this cool down lap. It looks like we have about ready to go here. And again, that one is from Juniata College. One swimmer racing the clock in lane 3 as he will be doing the breaststroke. Was split there of around 16 seconds on that first touch. And Rachel, it's so hard to race against the clock, and in any event, it's much easier when you have competition right on your heels there, trying to push you forward to get faster, because he can't really see the clock on how fast he's swimming. He has no idea. Obviously, we can see how fast he's swimming and judge it with the clock, but he has no idea. He has no one to judge it on, so that's just very difficult to do.
Yeah, and it's a mental aspect too. It's all about just keep going, even though there's nobody in the lanes next to you. You're doing this for yourself. You want to try to make those times. You want to try to set some records. It's very largely a mental aspect.
You know, watching track in the Olympics and even in the Penn relays and whatnot, especially in the Olympics, if they false start and they protest that and the judge finds out, well, yeah, you really didn't and we shouldn't have disqualified you, they get to race on by themselves and do a time trial basically. As the end there, he clocks in at 1:15.61. We're going to step aside. We got another 10-minute break coming up here as we get ready for the last event, the 400-yard medley relay, coming up here live on CUTV Sports 1.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play!
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Welcome back to the Vulcan Invitational swim meet here from Hamer Hall and the Hamer Pool in Hamer Hall, on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. Once again, Anthony D'Agostino alongside me, Rachel McCrieger, for one final event here, as we have Lock Haven, Cal U, and Juniata College all in attendance here today. This one going to be another longer event, the 400-yard medley relay. As in lane 2 of Cal U, we have Allison Uri, the starter. Lane next, Madison Nestor. Up next, Chastity Raymond, and then the anchor for Cal U, Kayla Sudbrink. Out of Cal U again, Carly Owens in lane 1. Lane 3. Swimming second, Rebecca Wilkerson. Swimming third, Kira Goen, and swimming fourth, Danielle DePero as the anchor position. Then Juniata. In lane 4, Krista Peachy starting off, as you see there. Then Megan Brubaker, and then Alexandra Fonts, and then Emily Angeline. And then we have Cal U once again in lane 5, Krista Wazinski starting off, Emma Klesson, and then Hannah Tracchio, and then in the anchor position, April Tilves. In the lead right now, it's Cal U, and it's Cal U, and it's Cal U.
And you see in that lane 5, Hannah Tracchio with all the younger swimmers. It's nice to have a veteran presence with all of those younger swimmers. She's right there in the white cap on deck waiting to go.
And in this meet, it's going to be Cal U fighting against Cal U. Juniata far behind all 3 Cal U swimmers. Lane 3 for Cal U. Carly Owens starting first, as they get ready to switch here. And jumping in is Rebecca Wilkerson.
We haven't seen much of her tonight as well, so it's nice to be able to see another swimmer for Cal U.
Again, there is another meet, another set of events tomorrow. We will not be covering that, as we will be traveling to Erie, Pennsylvania for basketball for Mercyhurst versus California. That'll be on the radio, on the Vulcan Sports Radio Network. You can follow the women's game at 1 and the men's game at 3.
It's more your element, right, Anthony? This is new for us doing swimming, but it was a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, definitely, and it's not often that Cal U hosts a swim meet. It's not like you have basketball where there's home and away games. The meets are all over the place, so it's nice to come back home for these girls and be able to swim in front of their own fans. As Cal U's in lane 3, Rebecca Wilkerson still in the lead. Kira Goen about to jump in next. The meet record is 3:59.63. The pool record here is 3:59.63 as well.
And remember, the clock that you see on your screen is the unofficial time. We will get the official time as soon as we get that on the board. But right now, Kira Goen has a really comfortable lead. She's very close to having almost a whole lap over on Juniata.
And jumping in for Juniata, I believe that is Megan Brubaker. It could be Alexandra Fonts. I wasn't exactly keeping track of how many has jumped in previously, but Kira Goen, I believe, has lapped Juniata's team. As Goen just flying right now in the fly. And the medley, they started with the backstroke, they then moved forward, and now it's the the butterfly as the anchor going in now. DePero for Cal U in lane 3.
DePero. Sorry, Anthony. DePero had a really nice dive there, really nice streamline. And, like we mentioned, that's something that Denny really stressed about to us before the meet began. Streamlines, turns.
DePero in about 14 seconds has to get to the other side of the wall to be able to break the record for the meet, and then now 9 seconds. It just doesn't look like that's going to happen. But again, Cal U going to take first here as that meet record and pool record has elapsed. We've reached 4 minutes on the clock now. Again, just so hard whenever nobody is pushing you to go faster there, as she will clock in at about 4:10.4. We'll see if my accuracy is correct, as California will be taking the silver as well, if you will, in lane 2. That is Kayla Sudbrink, touching at about 4:27.8. And then Juniata will touch the wall to turn around, and California will finish in 3rd as well in lane 5. Arlie Tilves. And Juniata will be finishing out here.
Gold, silver, and bronze now.
And Emily Angeline kind of struggling to keep going right now, and you want to be able to finish the race. So hopefully she can make it to the other end. Doesn't matter how fast you get there. It's a matter of if you finish the race. That's all that really matters here. Once again, a great day for California today. Tomorrow we'll see how they do. It's the longer races. Those are the biggest one, I believe the 1600 is there. As we see the official time here, 4:10.22 for California. And then in second, in lane 2, California again, 4:27.33. 10 seconds, between first and second. That's a huge difference there between even your own teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the whole meet today was about getting confidence for those tougher swims tomorrow. And California, they absolutely got a ton of confidence today. They had a victory, I believe, in every single meet, in every single heat, except for one. And what more could you ask for? California
gaining a lot of points so far today. We'll see again how well they do. You can check the final score and all the scores of the events on calvulcans.com. Go to the swimming, the women's sports tab, and you can see after tomorrow how well California did and if they won the meet and by how much they won the meet as well. So thank you all for watching Vulcan Swimming. First time in a long time doing that here live on CUTV Sports 1. First time doing it live ever as well. So pretty cool that we're able to do that live on our YouTube page, CUTV Sports 1. Thank you to my color analyst, Rachel McCrieger, doing a great job. First time doing swimming for you, and did a great job. And thank you to our camera guy, Brett Dice, and our camera lady, Pam Delverne, and our director and producer, Gary Smith. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and stay warm out there, folks.